the theme is this lah, TEL lah. We have one talk. Today is a talk lah. Then after that, what we are going to do is that today's talk is going to prepare for our 21st September explorative tour. It's a walk the ground tour. So we will go walk around together and then share with you what I see. What should you look at properties on the ground? Okay, I think this is also, after a while, people would say that this is something that they are looking at. A bit experimental for us, but since it's what people want, let's do it. Okay, let's bring the classroom outside of the classroom. Okay, and okay, so this is TEL. We do it because of this new MRT, but I want to make it relevant for everyone. What do I mean by that? Yeah, like not everybody here are looking to buy District 15 properties lah. Okay, but the consideration and what to look for in properties are actually duplicable. So you can learn from how are we thinking, what are the factors we are looking at, and you can duplicate this question to us, or whatever you can call it, maybe checklist or what, right? You can use it on areas like, let's say, District 21, 22, Jurong, Bukit Batok, all this. Yeah, these are all duplicable. Okay. Then of course, today is not a course. Okay. I'm not going to go into very detail. It's a perspective. So I may go very, very fast. Okay. But if you need me to slow down, please stop me. Just sound out. I can always repeat something. Okay. Today, just want to give you a big picture, because the main idea today is that before we go out on the 21st September to be on the ground, at least somehow there's a briefing lah. Okay. So today is more like that. Okay. Shall I continue? Okay. So before I go on, of course, your disclaimer. I think it's good to remind that all these are illustrative purpose, my own personal opinion. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Okay, let's first we talk about Tanjong Ru. Okay, Tanjong Ru is who like Tanjong Ru here one? Okay, I personally like Tanjong Ru a lot. Anyone here who likes Tanjong Ru? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. SK. SK, you want to say something? Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead. So this is the map of Tanjong Ru. Okay, what we want to see here is that, of course, it's very near to the waters. You should be able to see my cursor. Just to double check. Can you all see my cursor moving? Maybe you can put on the chat. Yes, that's great. Okay, so I can use my cursor. So over here, what we want to look at the map is that we also want to know on one look, right? Cecilia, you want to say something? But accidentally press. Okay. So one look, you know what this area have. Like for example, I have some greens here, Marina Bay. These are developments here. We got some open space. We got water, and so on. We got a bridge over, and so on. So we just want to look at the map and understand a few things. Now I'm going to introduce you another map. Okay, some of you could be familiar, some of you may not be familiar. This is actually what we call the master plan. Okay, so Singapore has this master plan. Every 4 years lah. Okay, every 4 years they will revise, and then they will put it on the web, and then we can all go URA and see. Okay, so the last master plan, the latest was 2019. So 2014, right, should have another, 2024 should have another master plan. But I believe most likely will only come out like 2025. Okay, but around there, plus minus 4 or 5 years. So what does this master plan tell us? Okay, it tells us what government intend to build in this area. Okay, so is this info important or not? Is this info telling us that if this plot of land will be built, what kind of housing, or is it industrial, or is it malls, or is it going to be recreation? Is this piece of information important or not? Yeah, so as people who are passionate on real estate, right, this information is very, very important for us, because why? We can use this to foresee what's going to happen. Okay, now before we go on, in the master plan, you will see this legend. So the colors are here. It's like, wow, what does this color mean? Okay, in the URA, you can see these legends here. Okay, a few more important one is that you can see this color, orange, is residential. Okay. Then you have this commercial residential. Usually people will say this one is mixed D lah. Mixed D, mixed development, you know. Below got some shops, on top is condo kind of thing. Okay, what about this? What about like education? Just to touch a few. Business, these are industrial, B1, B2. Okay. And then what else? Reserve site. Reserve site is very interesting. Reserve site excites a lot of real estate people a lot, because reserve site means government wants to really take their time to plan what to do with this area well. So a lot of potential. Okay, usually when we see reserve site, a bit speculative, but you can see there is potential. Okay, I'm going to move on. So you remember this part here. What I'm going to see here is that, do you see these two plot of land here? Okay, these two plot of land, and then you look at the map, current map. These two plot of land is actually open space. So when I look at this map, right, I will know that, oh, okay, in future, these two will have residential. Okay, and definitely will have a water leaving lah, or water facing lah, and so on. So how about this whole golf course? Okay, currently what they do is what? Well, I see a lot of yellow. Okay, a lot of yellow. Okay, so there's something a lot of government may want to plan. See, a lot of yellow here. Even Nico Highway here. Okay, Marina Bay Street circuit here, a lot of yellow. All right. So these are something we know. Hey, actually, this is what government is going to plan for us. Then when you want to buy property around here, you can also be very sure of what's going to come next. Okay. Now, disclaimer here. Okay, or word of caution here. Can master plan change? Can. So maybe if you look at the 2014 and 2019 master plan put side by side, right? Some places they can change the color code one. Yeah. So we always refer to the latest master plan. Yeah. So can this change? Possible. Okay. Of course, will the yellow color one change? Also definitely possible. Okay, let's move on. So at least you know what's big picture wise, what's going on around in Tanjong Rhu here. Okay, I move on. Now, so key characteristic of Tanjong Rhu. Okay, of course, living near the waters. This is something that attracts a lot of people staying there. Of course, it's very interesting. Cross a bridge to reach the stadium. Wow, this one, I got friends stay there. Then you know what they tell me or not? Okay, they say that there are kids, right? They're teenager kids, right? They wear flip-flops. Flip-flops. They walk to see Taylor Swift concert. Then after the concert, everybody they go to chiong home. They walk back home. So that is the perks of living there lah. You're very near the stadium. You know, you are the concert goer, right? Well, that's the best place for you to buy, because you can always just go and see concert, like, you know, just like down the street like that. Okay, so there are also BTO nearby. Okay, which BTO? Over here. Can you see on the top right? Top right, there's some BTO here. Okay, recently announced here. These are what we call the PLH. Okay, prime location housing. Okay, supposed to be the most expensive BTO there lah. Okay, so we can also know, hey, with this coming, right, how are we going to affect the surrounding and the pricing also? Okay, of course, one of the downside here is that there are lack of primary school that's within 1 kilometer lah. So for a certain group of people, like parents or what, it could be a downer for them. Okay, now, so what is the, I should not show this. Okay, make a guess. Make a guess how much will this BTO be priced at? Yeah. Okay, maybe we could have some polling here. If you think that let's say we talk about normal 4-room flat lah. Okay, normal 4-room flat. Okay, how much would they be selling for BTO? Okay, bear in mind this PLH, right? They have 10 years MOP period. So it's not a normal 5 years. So there are 10 years MOP period. Okay, so make a guess. For a normal 4-room over there, how much will they be selling? Maybe you can just key in a figure in the group chat. Just have the sensing how do you think that they should price this BTO? 600 to 700K, 500 to 600K, 900 to 1 million. Okay, nice. Okay, okay. So I have some sensing. So most of them will think uh a range is about 5 to 700, 600. I'll say 600K. Or some of you feel they could be 1 million. These are BTO, haven't built one, so need to wait for them to build. Okay, let's review. Let's highest floor. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so you see, over here, 4 room is from 568. Excluding grant, including grant is about 523. Now the transacted resale there are already 868 to 1 million already. Yeah. Okay, so these are some price range for us to take note that how will this affect the next cycle of property prices in that area when these are built and these are MOP and so on. Okay, let's go on. Now, some condo comparison. Okay, I choose, of course, there are more condos over that area. I just handpick a few lah, just to have a broad picture. What are the prices there? What kind of housing you can get there? All right. So not because that I feel that these condos can buy. No, please don't think that way. Just to handpick. Now, another thing that for today, right, all the condos that we compare, right, I make it easy lah. They are more than 400 units in the project. Okay. I feel that this is one good consideration, okay, that if the project has more than 400 units, the transaction there should be have more volume. And volume in a resale property is important because more transaction means the bank is able to catch up with the bank valuation, and the next buyer will not have problem buying the property. Okay, so that is one of the consideration. Okay, so you look at this, most of here are 99 years lease. Okay, they are pretty old, about 30 years old like that, close to 30 years old. We have some highest transacted in the past 12 months. Or it can be 4 then of course very big lah, okay. 2,005 square feet. Of course, big houses now high in demand, or even have 5 million, 3 million. These are big 2,000 square feet. Okay. 1,002 square feet in over there, probably about 2.5. Okay, so that's the idea. Yeah, I'm going to go very, very fast now. Okay. Now the next one we're going to go is the Katong Park MRT. Okay, so this is the map of MRT. All right. So you all can see from here what is the characteristic. We got some landed around here. Okay. Also got some old HDB, new HDB. We got Diamond High here. Okay. We also got the greenery, some park over here. Okay, more condos here, you can see. More condos here. Okay, master plan, what does it shows us? Okay, or a lot of pink, a lot of residential. Okay, now this one, the green here, very interesting, is what? The Singapore Swimming Club. Okay, now I want to show you what you can see in the master. Okay, sorry, I have to push. What can you see in the master plan also, right? You can also see other type of map, like whether do they have certain zoning or like landed zone. So here, right, is actually a landed zoning. You see the red color one. Okay, so a bit small. What you see there, right? Okay, like what they write here is detached. 2-story bungalow, 2 stories of semi-detached, 2-story mixed landed. Why is this important, right? Let's say, especially you want to buy landed property. Okay, I would strongly advise to buy a landed property in these red color zones. Okay, why? Let's say they put 2-story semi-detached, right? Okay, you can only find 2-story semi-detached or higher, or detached, or bungalows. Okay, you will not see like a terrace in this area one. Okay, same as bungalow, you will only see bungalow here. Okay, now why is this important, right? Let's say it's not for example, this are landed. Mixed landed, you find semi-D, you can find as well as main landed can be there. Now, so you all know that the terrace is one price, semi-D is more expensive, and then of course detached is even more expensive. So in a way that you feel that it's like a protection, the prices around there, the value there will hold in a landed zone. Is there other landed like here on the right here? These are landed also, but this landed have no zoning. So no zoning means control. So you can actually build anything you want over there. Okay, so this is something to take note. Okay, let's go back. So this is the master characteristic. Of course, same just as I say already, the PTO nearby. What else? We also have lack of primary school within 1 kilometer. And see the map is pretty already. And of course, it's near landed zone. So say that you especially near landed zone, then somehow the perceived value like better like that. Some more here, the sought after address like Goodman you hear this address like wow, very atas, very thing. So the property value here holds pretty well. Okay. Now, so this is Katong Park. Now, very fast, we are at Tanjung Katong already. Okay. I just move on. We are just going to skim through to see the perspective. Okay. So this is Tanjung Katong. On the left is a lot of landed. Of course, you have Makina, Mayor House, all these. And then on the right, you have a lot of condos also. Okay. Upcoming, I think this year, Emerald at Katong. Okay, Tembusu Grand already launched already. Okay. So this is looks like, Tanjung Katong looks like. Okay. And this is the master plan, which is also a lot of what? Orange. Okay. So look at this one, very interesting. Just my cursor here, Amber Point here. You see, they got here. Then swimming club here. Then you look at the master plan. They changed it to yellow already. So is this going to continue to be housing, or are they going to do something? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, but of course, very near MRT. So very near MRT, likely another residential, or let's see. Let's see what they want to do. Okay. Now, what's the key characteristic? Over there, finally, this MRT station, you can find primary already. So it's very important. A lot of parents like to put that, like to buy like Amber, or this is near Tanjong Katong Primary School. And the center also pretty packed. It's a lot of houses already. So really want to have any new house, it's not easy. M block or what, but unlikely to see new houses. Like all these are all, they can squeeze out something here for new launches. Tanjong Katong Shopping Center have been talking about M block for a while, but I don't see it happening. Yeah, okay. So near landed zone also. Okay. Now these are the condo comparison. Okay, so these are probably one of the few Excel you will see today So I'm not going to do a lot of data download today. So we have a lot of freehold, you realize. Okay, in Tanjong Katong and Katong MRT, you will see more, what I call that, freehold. Okay, now these are the years. One Amber is about 14 years old now, but freehold, so not an issue. I think it's the nearest to the MRT as of now. Yeah, of course, a very new one, Amber Park. Okay. Continuum still building. Tembusu Grand is new one. Okay. So very interesting. You look at this. This one is freehold, 2.8. The 99-year can also go up to 2.9 already. Of course, bigger. So the layout is different. But you can see that these are the kind of pricing we are looking at. Freehold Amber Park at 3.2. Makina, much older. Okay, but still, if you have good size, the size is very good. 1006, you still can get 3.2. The S-Star 3.6. You see, all the good size one actually doing very well. Okay, very fast. I'm going to pause here for a while, just to check anybody has any question or any comments or anything they want to share. You can just unmute, or okay, if not, I will just carry on here. As I said, we are just going to skim through. So Bayshore and Siglap. Wow, another we're gonna go to Bayshore first. Also, you can see a lot of what a lot of houses very packed already. But of course, here got some big empty land, of course, forested area. Okay, what are you gonna do here? Very interestingly, here, just remember we're not gonna touch Bedok South because it's out of the recently open lines. Bedok South is not open yet. Okay, but Bedok South looks like a lot of looks like quite massive. You see, they are planning to have quite a number of exits. And once we look at the map, we ask ourselves, here are forest area, why do they need an exit over here? So something to look at when we look at the master plan. Okay, then later Siglap was really very packed. Okay, Laguna Park is huge development. Of course, old development, but this whole place was very, very big. Landed and condos, okay, mix of old and new. So this is the master plan here. Okay, so let's look at Bedok South MRT. Can you all remember what color this is? Just now we talked about. Okay, when we see this, it excites a lot of people here. Because why? This color means mixed D and housing. That means you can expect maybe below is shopping mall, on top is housing. Okay, so people very excited because shopping mall, even people who don't buy this development, they stay nearby, they also very excited. Okay, and then you look at here, just now that one, right, is what forest area. Okay, but master plan you can see this whole piece, all is orange, residential. Okay, and with residential, they also very clever. They must put educational primary school kind of thing. Because with residential, maybe got new families move in, they need to cater for the families, primary school and so on. Okay, and they are not going to be low-rise building. These are like 2.8 plot ratio, 3.5. So the higher plot ratio, you can think that the higher it can build. Okay, 3.5, 3, 2.8. So these are quite high, quite tall buildings already in future. Okay, so just remember this is going to have more residential here. Currently, this is what it look like. Forested area, should be very quiet at this moment. Okay. Now, what is the characteristic in Bayshore and Siglap? Okay. They have a lot of old developments. Okay, and these are the older developments. Some of the older developments there, but these old developments are pretty popular developments. Okay, Bayshore Neptune Villa Manira Lagoon View, Costa del Sol, wow, Sea View one, very nice. So these are older developments. Okay, and most of them are also 99. So currently now they left with 60, 70-year lease. Okay. Now what happens over there is that you can see here, going to have a size of 43 football, for future Bayshore housing project. Okay, so it's very big. I don't know. In your mind, you try to count 43 football. Then that is going to be pretty big. Okay, this is going to be called the Bayshore precinct. Okay. Yeah, condo price, Rasa landed, got construction going on already. Thank you, Indra. Indra got some info can share with us. Let's look at the meeting chat. He's yeah, he got construction going on already. So you will see prices start to creep up also. All these are factored in one. Okay, property is not like today the MRT open. Or then suddenly the price will shoot up. It's not like that one. You already know the MRT will open. So, you start to speculate, start to project already. Okay, so all these things is important because like Indra was sending us what the construction going on. Actually, a lot of people do not know one. Okay, so the market is slow in this way. Okay, so if you were to enter around this period, you can actually benefit when more and more people are aware, and then more and more people wants to buy this area because of this development or that development, then you become the beneficiary lah. Okay, so this is one angle to look at. Yeah, another thing to talk about, what 10,000 new homes in Bayshore. Well, 10,000 is a lot. 10,000 can serve a lot of families. Of course, these are more details. You can see very exciting details. You can see here, first BTO projects to be launched. Yeah, this one, I don't know, will they be PLH or maybe the second tier BTO? But definitely it's not going to be the neighborhood pricing. They're going to make it expensive also. Then the accessibility will be very good. You got Central Park, Linear Park. This park thing is something that is really in trend. I think after COVID, the trend is getting more and more obvious. Okay. Now, if your house is near park or near nature, tends to more and more people want it. The demand is there. So I think government also understand the lifestyle has shifted a bit. If they want to keep Singaporeans healthy, they want to put parks around. Okay. Yeah, so Linear Park, Central Park are all these exciting stuff. Integrated development. You saw this the Budok South MRT there. Okay, a lot of housing. You see some artist impression come out already. Okay. Yeah. Now this is what you can see just now. Okay. Of course, then from the existing HDB there or landed there, you got extension of public housing development coming in, existing, integrated, future school, all this coming in. The Bayshore, the Costa del Sol, all this very near to this whole development. Okay, now these are the condo comparison. As you can see, a lot of 99 here. Some are new ones also, like Seaside Residence, one of the new one. So recently, a lot of transaction there, a lot of people want to sell there because they are one of the newest in that area. Okay, and you can see the prices. Okay, I'm just going to put one highest transacted in that area. So you got 1,002 square feet property at 3.2 million. Okay, Mandarin Gardens, 2,000 square feet, huge. 2.8. Oh, this is Laguna Park. So already 1977, but so big. Still to 3.6. So you ask yourself, this is a very old, I think one of the oldest development there, So already still 3.6. Yeah. Okay, of course PSF very good but quantum wise, not too bad. Okay, imagine how much they bought at that time. So size really is quite in demand now. Big houses can still sell very well. Okay. Yeah, of course, I'm going to just show. Of course, this the Bayshore Park Council del Sol is not District 15, but we talk about the MRT itself. It's pretty near the MRT. Okay. Now, next is the Marine Parade. We are coming back to the central. Okay. So this is likely the flow that will be going on 21st September. So that is to let you know. Marine Parade and Marine Terrace MRT. What do they have there? Oh, another congested one. Okay, very congested. Okay. But it's good, you got a lot of MRT in this line. If you ask myself, this exit 5 here and this exit 3 here, you literally can walk a bit, you reach another MRT station already. Okay, but you can see very congested. So likelihood you won't see any GLS, government land sales. Okay, if you want this area, is either you buy resale or you have to wait for en bloc. Okay, so if you are very interested in this area, when you look at all these congested one, no point waiting for new launch. Just have to buy resale already. Okay, now let's just something interesting. Townan School is here. Okay, so this is very sought after one. Then of course some of the HDB here very old already. Can still hit 1 million. Why? Singaporeans crazy over the sea view. So HDB 1 million, 001 sea view, kind of thing. Yeah, so this is something I want to share with you. Just now, like I said about the landed zoning, right? So you see this area here, the Telok Kurau area here. Okay. If I go to the landed zoning map, you see this is not red color. They have no landed zoning. So it's just, they can build anything you want. So imagine you buy a landed there, then in future, the beside landed being sold, and then they go and build a 4-story, 5-story apartment. Well, then it looks very messy lah. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why Telok Kurau houses are very hard to has price appreciation. So if you want to stay in the east and you want to be near East Coast and you want the super cheap properties, right? Telok Kurau is one of them that you can look for. Okay, but of course you buy cheap lah, but whether got capital appreciation or not is another thing. Okay, because here very hard for them to do something. And then, anyway, it's already very messy already. So messy until like very hard to go and control them, control what are they going to build and so on. Okay, so this is something to take note. Okay, enough of me talking. I'm going to ask the Singapore best salesman to talk. Okay, just give me a minute. It's about 2.5 minutes. I think this is important for you all to know what's going on in the east side. Okay, let me set this up.
What is climate change?
And hear the sound?
Let me show you the topography of Singapore. This is a map of Singapore showing the heights. The light green is the lowest part, the dark green a little bit higher, the beige are the hills, and the dark brown are our mountains. But there are not very many dark brown pieces, so I don't think we can all retreat to live on Bukit Timah. Now let me show you the lowest parts, those which are up to 4 meters above mean sea level. That's where all the blue stuff comes in. You see, the island looks much smaller if those one day become at risk. When sea levels rise, all these parts will increasingly be at risk. Not underwater yet, but at risk like Chinatown used to be in the old days. High tide, rain, trouble. And if you look carefully, there's a long stretch along the east coast to the city, and zoom in a little bit, you might be able to see where your house is. So not only will property values be affected, but safety and livability also. And it won't just be if your house is in the pink area you're in trouble, but the whole city, because the roads and the trains run through the low-lying areas. Hospitals, schools, workplaces, all there. We can't lose a big chunk of our city and expect the rest of Singapore to carry on as usual. Therefore, beyond localized measures, we need to protect entire areas. And the way to do that is to build coastal defenses. We've studied our whole coastline in detail, and we've divided it into different segments. Some are more vulnerable than others, and we need different strategies to protect each of them. And we will have to prioritize the work, starting with the more critical segments, and in particular, East Coast City, or City East Coast, and also Jurong Island. I will talk about City East Coast, which is a long stretch comprising the city area and then the eastern coastline. Let's look at the city area first. We built the Marina Reservoir and Marina Barrage to protect the city area from flooding. Many of us enjoy visiting the Marina Barrage to picnic and fly kites on the top of the pump house, especially if we have little kids. But PUB did not build the pump house for kite flying. Its real purpose is to house 7 giant pumps. That's why it's so tall. When it rains heavily during high tide, these pumps pump water out of Marina Reservoir into the sea, so that rain falling in the city area can then drain into Marina Reservoir. When sea levels rise, one pump house will not be enough. We will need to build a second pump house on the.
Yeah. Okay, so this is something to take note. Okay, of course, if you're interested to listen, finish, it's quite a nice, informative and humorous talk. You can just check it out on YouTube. Okay, you just type climate change National Day Rally 2019. Okay, you can read you can watch the whole thing. Okay, but just to bring your attention that we have this issue lah. Okay, in District 15. So these are some of the plans that it could look like. So this was 2019 National Day Rally. Today is 2024 already. And you know, Singaporeans, why I cannot make this joke, I don't know. Just within us, why Singaporeans are kiasu and kanchong is because our government are kiasu and kanchong of course, for good reason Okay, that they wanted to settle and look at this long-term problem. They want to try to find solutions today. Of course, I don't think anything is set in stone yet. At this point of time, anything can change. But it looks like this plan is more or less there. Okay, they have this Long Island plan. And what is going to happen? They were going to build something here to have a continuous line of coastal defense, So, yeah, something to take note. And this is where all the Katong Siglap, very long, from here all the way to here. Oh, can you see? All the way to Bedok already. Okay, so this is something that they will be focusing on. Okay, as like what you said, like what PM Lee, our ex-PM Lee said, that this is not the only area that they need to do something, but he talked about this first because this is the most urgent area. Okay, a bit more about this is what you can see the Long Island line. So if you go to URA, right, and you type Long Island plan, okay, or long-term plan, okay, you will be able to see more details here. Okay, so there's some more things to take note. Okay, is what 120-kilometer coastline. Okay. Yeah, so here is this thing. We're going to have a lot of more waterfront housing. So if you look at this, right, currently we have what? The Kampong Bugis is very botak now. It still can have a lot of houses, Currently only got that one tall building. Sorry, forget the name. I forget the name. That one tall building, when you drive, is on your left side. You will see that one. But because still many empty lands to build something. Okay, so government will slowly release. Of course, Nico there, recently got one, M Block 1, and they are going to redevelop there. Okay, all waterfront facing. Of course, this area, Marina South, Marina East, all this, a lot of potential. And of course, just now we talked about what? Tanjong Ru. What's the potential? A lot of potential, because this is one of the waterfront housing. Okay, and then just now the what? The Long Island there also going to have a lot of waterfront housing. Okay, yeah. What are the condo comparison around there? So you can see the Shore Residences, Neptune Court, Court Diazu, the Sea View, some are freehold. So looking at this, one thing that interests me is that a lot of freehold, a lot of 99, then freehold, let's say about 1,004 square feet and 1,005 square feet. Okay, so I ask you, freehold is 3.7 and 99 is 2.8. Something to ask ourselves is that if you want to buy something there, right, the freehold and 99 can be what? 1 million difference. Okay, similar size, close to 1 million difference. Would you consider buying a 99, or you still want to buy a freehold? So these are some of the very real considerations the buyers today are facing, because the difference is really 1 million away, Yeah. Okay, so let's carry on. Now, what's the bigger picture? We have finished the TEL MRT station already. And most of my condo comparison, right, because I cannot use all the condo, okay, it's impossible, they got so many condos there. I'm only using those condos that have 400 units and above. Okay, 400 units and above. So the bigger picture is this, okay? Does it mean that it's not a good buy if the development is less than 400 to 500 units? Okay, just now I say why we want more units in the development. Okay, there are a few reasons why lah. Okay, for example, for value reason is that the bank, because more volume, the bank are able to match the whatever asking price the seller is asking. Okay, so it will help to maintain the value and able to have a good resale in the resale market. So this is one reason. Another reason is also because, let's say, for families, okay, bigger, more units would also mean that they have more complete facilities, which also attract a lot of families. So, family would like to stay in a condo that is predominantly occupied by families lah. Okay, as a family, you don't want to move into a condo, then is 70% is rented out. Then it's a bit not so maybe conducive for family, especially you got young kids. So these are certain consideration. Now, with that in mind, right, does it mean that it is not a good buy if the development is less than 4 to 500 units? Okay, so a quick answer here is no, it's not what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so don't get me wrong. Okay, we still need to factor in a lot of other consideration. Okay, so this one just to quickly sound you out. Okay, now another angle here is this. Okay, what is this? Wow, so many things here. Okay, I take out my cursor. Okay, these are all the areas here. What I'm going to put is here. Okay, these are district 15. Okay, in the past 1 year, okay, they are all resale properties. They're all the 3 bedrooms. Okay, and they're all 1 kilometer away from MRT, and they're all 1 kilometer away from some primary school. Okay, now with this kind of and they're all resale property, all these kind of parameters in the past 1 year, there are 216 3 bedrooms that are sold. Okay, just again, in the past 1 year with these parameters, okay, for 3 bedrooms, there are 216 that are sold. Okay, I'll go to the next slide. So this is the same thing. I just blow up so you can see what I see. Okay, it's the same thing. 216 3 bedrooms that are sold. Okay, currently, how many are selling? Currently 284 is selling. Okay, next. These are 4 bedrooms. Okay, unit mix 4 bedrooms. So in the past 1 year, only 57 are sold. Okay, same thing. This is 5 bedroom. Of course, 5 bedroom very, very, very rare. Okay, I sold. Now currently, there are 284 3 bedroom in the market, and only about 74 that are 4 bedroom and above. So can you see these are easily about what a quarter of the 3 bedroom, Yeah. So out of what 4 listings, you will have only 1 4 bedroom. So what I can see in the market now, especially after COVID, HDB also, private also, the big units start to really be in trend. Okay, the difference between the 3 bedroom and a 4 bedroom, the difference can be quite a big range. Okay, why? The demand. And do you think that this demand or this behavior or this mindset will carry on forward? Okay, now bear in mind, not just COVID, not just COVID. Of course, work from home, all this is still very fresh in our mind. Having a bigger house is still very fresh in our mind. But why I say not just COVID, okay, is also because the houses that are being built are smaller and smaller. Okay, like for example, HDB don't build any more 5 rooms that used to be what 1,000, 3,000, 4 square feet. Okay, HDB stopped building any EAs anymore. Okay, even their 5 room is only about 1,002 square feet. Okay, and then for the for the private, okay, today we can see 800 square feet 3 bedroom. Okay, approximately average 3 bedrooms are about 900 plus square feet. Then if you want like 3 plus study 3 plus flexi all this maybe they have about 1,001 to 1,002 square feet like that. So houses are getting smaller and smaller. and the bigger houses become like what, a very limited edition now. Okay, so this is something to take note, that you also want to take note that if let's say you have a certain budget, okay, and you think you can go for 4 bedroom, I think I have to see other factors. I would say that 4 bedroom has a very good chance in the future. Okay, now before I wrap up, I want to come to this thing. Okay, we have been talking about maps lah, master plan lah, what's going on in the area lah, uh, uh, the trend lah, and so on. But before we, and then of course on 21st September we'll walk the ground. Okay, we will see what this property actually very good there. This actually property actually not as good. Well, actually this property I can see myself staying here. My kids can enjoy this. You will see this. Okay. Now, but of course, before we put in any serious consideration on buying any project or area, we also want to ask ourselves this question when we do our pricing research. Okay, what is the true valuation of that project or that property? Okay, now first, is it bank indication valuation? So maybe I just want to understand, like, from the ground, like if you think that the true valuation is, I go and call the bank, I ask the bank, and the bank give me a certain figure, that is the valuation of the property, right? If you think so, can you put a 1 in the group chat? If you think that is not the case, you put a 2. Prem say not the case. Kimwa say not the case. Yeah, Cecilia say not the case. Okay, good. A lot of you got it right. It's not the case. But what is bank indication? Okay, or bank valuation. Okay, it is simply put, it is what the bank willing to loan you based on the valuation. Okay, so if the bank feels that they can loan you this amount higher with this property, then they will give a higher indication. Okay, but it does not mean that the buyer will buy it at this price. Okay, so without a buyer buying, you won't get the price you want. Okay, so this is something to take note. Now, next thing, is it transaction data? Okay, now we have been a bull run for a while. Okay, and a bull run means the market is going up. Okay, so when the market is going up, right, and then imagine today I tell you, I'm an under agent, tell you, okay, your valuation of property, we have to look at the transaction data. Am I being fair to the seller or not? Okay, the property market is going up. Today I say, let's look at the transaction data to determine the valuation. Actually, it's not fair also, Why? Transaction data is what? Past data, Okay, so I'm basing on past data to tell you what's your valuation when the property market is going up. So it's not fair for the seller to base on transaction data because it's past transaction. Okay, but it is important. Transaction data is very important because these are done deals. This is a confirmed case that the buyer, that there is a buyer that willing to buy the property at this price. So this price is called, we call the tested price. Okay, that means tested, proven, this price can go on. Okay, so if you are in a urgent, you are hurry, and you want to cash out quickly, yeah, based on the transaction data, it's good enough. Okay, now the third one is, we also need to look at the current competition asking price. Okay, as you are thinking of selling, what are your neighbors calling the price for? Okay, now this price is called the future price, untested, not proven yet. So everybody, in the art market, they are trying to get a better price. So this is just natural. Sellers want high price. Okay, so the question here is this: out of these 3 prices, right, or this range, right, what is the true valuation? Okay, how do I determine the true valuation of this property? Okay, let's say I'm looking at a specific property. Okay, now the quick answer here is none of this is single-handedly the true valuation. It's always a collective, it's a range. You can find a range. Okay, now the true valuation is when there is a buyer and there is a seller. Okay, you manage to get a buyer and to buy that place. So you see, when we do this kind of research, when we do this kind of analysis, right? Okay, numbers are very important, but numbers only settle the one half of the pie only. Numbers is what we call the quantitative analysis. Okay, now the other is important is not numbers. Okay, not numbers. We can talk about trend, what is the demand now, what in the future is a bit of a projection, we call this what qualitative analysis. So we have to put these two together, and that is why, right, that is where our value come in. Okay, as a property professional, as an advisor, we come in not to tell you that you got to sell a property based on past transaction. Okay, we also don't come in and tell you, say, hey, your neighbor market at 500K more than last transaction. Since they market at that price, then we follow them lah. Then I'm not adding value here because it's not the right price also, because that seller could be not serious. Maybe he could already rent out their place. They don't need to, they are not in urgent. They're happily collecting rental. Then the market is good. They want to test their price, and they just high price. Got this high price, they sell lor. This don't have this price, they don't sell lor. Kind of attitude lah. Yeah. Then you base your and you are a serious seller and you base your price based on your neighbor's asking price. Then it will very hard for you to sell. All the buyers come to your house, will just come and see show flat only. End of the day, they will still go and buy other people's house because the pricing is not right. Okay, so how do we find that precise range that we know that how much can we sell and so on? It needs an advisor to come and really advise you on a big perspective, on all round angle, like really come to your house and understand on what is the unique selling point of this house. Maybe this house got sea view, and probably or this house has certain characteristic that is very rare one. Then of course then we can say maybe because of this we can price a bit higher, kind of thing. Or the other way around, because of certain things, certain condition, we may have to sell lower, something like that. Okay, so this is where our value comes in. And just to let you know that true valuation is a collective research and analysis. Okay, so this is something to take note. Finally, this is my last slide here. And this is why this is because of this, how do we find out the true valuation? Because of this, what I said just now, we wanted to come up with this idea. Okay, we wanted to come out with the idea of why don't we bring the classroom outside? Why don't we walk around with everybody? Okay, we unfortunately, of course, we cannot go to a particular resale unit and then get 20, 30, 40 people go there and see, it is not possible. But we can see from the outside. Okay, good enough for us to really analyze the place already. Okay, so what is going to happen on 21st Sep is we're going to meet 8:30. Okay, we're going to meet 8:30 at Tanjung MRT. Okay, specifically at the exit 2 there. Okay, so if you want, bring some water, so as you walk, if you are thirsty, you can drink. What we will do, we will proceed along some of the newly opened stations. Roughly around 11 or earlier, we could sit down and chill. I have some brunch in Marine Parade there already. Okay, because I got a lot of food there. Now the agenda, why we want to have this? Okay, of course, I think it's fun to get everybody involved. Okay, and do some on the ground learning. What we want to do is that we want to also understand how MRT affects property and what is their limits. A lot of people think that got MRT means the price will shoot up already but there's limits to it Okay, then I will share more on the ground. Of course, secondly, we also want to learn what to look out when we do on the ground research. Okay, and this is duplicable. Like for example, you want to buy something in Upper Thomson, or you want to buy something in Bukit Batok. Okay, you can use this, what you learn from here, you can duplicate in other area. Okay, now of course, if you all have any interested property you want to talk about, we can also go in depth discussion in during the tour or after the tour during our brunch. And of course, the most important is we're going to have a game, a very simple. We're not going to let you analyze a lot of numbers. It's not a test, not an exam. It's just for fun, just for fun, just for fun, and just participate the game. And if you can win the game, then you have some prizes lah. And those people who come on the 21st September, of course, will have more chance of winning because I will reveal the answers. I will give some tips, hints along the way, so that when you do the game, you'll be able to win. Okay, so that is yeah, that's all.